listening to the MMA Brothers Podcast, coming to you from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Your source for UFC news, previews, and post-fight coverage. Hosted by your favorite duo, Daryl and Asher. Let's get it started.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the MMA Brothers Podcast. My name is Asher, and I have a guest with us today. His name is Easy. Easy, what's poppin'?
What up, though?
Not much, brother. Just finished watching the UFC event, and if you want to check out our post-fight thoughts, you can check out Easy's YouTube channel. So if you search Speak Easy Sports.
Yeah, it comes with, on a podcast so sometimes too. So
okay, Speak Easy Sports. So,
yeah,
go ahead.
No, you're good.
Okay, so Speakeasy Sports is the way you can find him on YouTube. Yeah, he's on YouTube and on Instagram as well. And we're going to share his socials again by the end of this episode. So today what we're going to be talking about, Khabib and his retirement, and Adesanya and his next fight, because there's some news around that. So first, let's talk about Khabib. So Khabib, he's retired, but Dana recently came out and said that he's talked to Khabib, and he said he may not actually be done. That he was emotional during the night, not during the night, that night. He was emotional that night. And, obviously you talked about what his mom had said. His mom had said that he wanted him to retire and that, she didn't want him to continue fighting. But then again, it was his father's wish to get to 30-0. So Dana's probably using that as motivation for him to fight one more time and to get that cash from Khabib. You know what I mean? So what do you think about the whole 30-0 dilemma?
It's tough, right? Because on one hand, you have a commitment he made to his mother and saying that he won't continue to fight with his father on earth. Then you also have the commitment that he made to his father of being 30-0. So it's tough, and I think it boils down to a conversation he's going to have with his mother. Because one thing I think Khabib's very serious about his family and religion, even more so above MMA. And I don't doubt that he doesn't love MMA, but he's a very devout Muslim, and that's, I guess, their way of life. I don't know what we're gonna see, man. I truly, it would be a blessing to see him come back, but I'm prepared to accept that we may have seen the last of him as well. But I also know GSP is looming, so they both want that fight.
100%. So that's the thing. It's like a lot of people will say that Khabib is a man of his word, right? Like, we believe him when they say that, like, hey, he's done. So I believed it too. I was like, there's no way he's gonna come back and fight again. Just the way he ended it, and when he talked about like his family's thoughts and ideas and stuff, he's too emotional. So he said he's done. But at the same time, the GSP has been out there doing interviews saying that he's still down to fight Khabib, but he's not gonna force Khabib to come out of retirement. And then there's also like Michael Chandler, there's Tony Ferguson. So there's plenty of options, actually, if you think about it, in terms of who Khabib could fight next. Like, realistically, if he has one fight left, then you got to choose only between Michael Chandler and GSP and maybe Tony. But then again, like, you know what I mean? Like, we've tried to make that fight like 5 times already. It's never happened. So what fight would you like to see last out of Khabib to go 30-0?
What? It's GSP all day. Like, I no disrespect to Michael Chandler, man. Like kudos to you, man. Like, you've done really well with your career, but he's not on Khabib's level. He hasn't done anything to prove to be on Khabib's level. So, and I mean, Khabib spoke that himself. I think that's part of the thing that helped him like lean towards retirement too. It's like, who does he fight at this point? He's knocked out the cream of the crop. The only guys that truly are there, even before Michael Johnson, in my opinion, would be Tony Ferguson and then obviously GSP. With GSP though, there is the weight thing. Like I know I've heard GSP say that he thinks Khabib's bigger than him, but I've saw pictures of them together, and GSP definitely looks like the bigger like guy. So like, as long as it's like a catchweight fight, I'm down. I don't know. Maybe I have faith in Khabib moving up too, but to welterweight or something like that. But I'd love to see a 165 matchup between GSP and Khabib for both their final fights, and to settle a GOAT debate that's been a conversation has been heavily debated throughout this past week.
Yeah, I mean, to see a catchweight fight would be cool, but at the same time, it kind of takes away that champ for GSP, right? So he could do it at 165, but then he wouldn't be getting the belt. And I know GSP wants to get that belt. He said he could make 155, but the problem is he doesn't know how he's going to perform at 155, right? So it's kind of like, I I want to see him do it. I want to see him try, but I wouldn't be surprised if GSP just gets touched once on the chin and then he's out cold because he shouldn't be fighting by losing all that water weight. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. That's why I think it's gonna be like 165 because like it's a perfect medium. Both guys are done with their careers at this point. They have nothing left to prove. Like, what is the benefit of I guess the champ thing, but like Habib just relinquished the belt, so it's like, is that even a thing anymore? Him being champ. Like, I don't know. Now obviously for GSP fans too, like that'd be super sweet. But I think in fairness to both guys, like 165 is like where it's at.
100%. So yeah, I think we're gonna see Khabib back. Maybe not anytime soon. Probably like second quarter of 2020 because he's not a guy, or 2021. He's not a guy that fights often, right? So
Yeah.
I don't see him coming back early next year. I think he's gonna fight, or at least for his 30-0 fight, there's at least gonna be a crowd for his fight, right? They're gonna want to promote the hell out of it because the UFC had no idea that he was gonna retire. Right? They're like, wait, what? You retired? We didn't do a package for that, right? So like for 30-0, they're definitely gonna go above and beyond with like advertising that and saying Khabib's last fight to go 30-0. His father's dream is this and whatever, and you know what I mean? They're gonna go all out. So I can see that happening. And by the way, I don't know if like I just saw on Instagram, this guy's name, Javante Davis, right? He just knocked out like the guy that he fought. I forget his name, the Mexican dude. But was there a crowd there? I swear I heard like roars of like crowds and stuff.
Possibly. There was a little bit of a crowd in Abu Dhabi.
But is that where they fought in Abu Dhabi?
No, I don't know that they fought in Abu Dhabi, but I know in Abu Dhabi, like the Nelk boys from Canada, they were there. Um,
But the reason why I ask is because like it wasn't just like a crowd of like 15 people like when you hear at the Vegas shows for the UFC. There was like loud like and I was like, yo, it's like thousands of people in this crowd. Like I gotta like check it out one more time. But like when I saw the knockout, that's just all I could hear was like the crowd in the background. Or maybe it was just fake noise that they added to the show to make it more entertaining. I don't know. But
they fought in front of fans. Fights in front of fans, test boxing's business in pandemic era.
So they were fans. Okay.
They were fans.
Yeah.
Damn, I did not know that fight was tonight, man. I'm kind of bummed that I missed out on that.
Yeah, I mean the KO was nasty, like 6th round. But anyways, I'm not really into boxing too heavy, but we can move on to the Adesanya news.
Oh my God, so crazy, bro. I was trying to hold it back so much, man. I cannot believe.
So you want to break the news? Let us know what's popping.
Oh my God. I just saw this myself, so I'm still like digesting it. It's been announced by Dana White himself that he spoke with Israel Adesanya earlier this week or today that his next fight is going to be at the 205 weight class, light heavyweight, against none other than Peter Yan. What the fuck am I saying? Jan Blachowicz. Yep. However you say his name for the belt. He's going for champ, and I think he's making the right choice. I'm excited, bro. I'm excited.
I'm excited too, man. I mean, he's going for that champ status, and the funny thing is, I keep sleeping on Jan, man. I don't know why. I just keep sleeping on the dude. I'm like, there's no way he's gonna do this. There's no way he's gonna do this. There's no way. I just keep sleeping on this guy, and he keeps knocking out dudes. So I was like, please don't let Izzy fall to like Polish power, because if he does, man, like that would be so sad. I'm like, man, how do I keep sleeping on Jan? Because he's gonna be a huge underdog in this fight, obviously, right? And just imagine him landing that left hook on Izzy and then knocking him out. Then I'd be like, man, Jan is just that guy, because nobody pictured him doing that to Corey Anderson, pictured him doing that to Dominic Reyes. Maybe Corey Anderson, you could picture that, but Dominic Reyes one, I was like, whoa, right?
He was the opposite.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought Corey Anderson was going to smash him because he's like the wrestling style, right? And then I was never high on Dominic Reyes, man, and I felt like he was like a little too high on himself going into that fight. But bro, Izzy's just way too skilled, way too quick. I'm saying it now. Like, I don't think Jan, he might call me a fat ass like he did DC or something like that and come, give me the hands. But Izzy's just like superiorly skilled in my opinion. I'm just fucking pumped, bro, because I just know after this fight, it's Jon. It's got to be Jon. There's no more excuses. You literally just jumped to my man's weight class, took his belt. Like, you gotta fight him at this point.
Yeah, I mean, after that, There are still options for Izzy at 185, and I know Izzy is gonna say like, "Yo, I'm gonna compete at both weight divisions. I fight frequently, so I have no problem fighting at least twice a year, defending each belt once a year, right? So I can see him doing that. And then with Jones, like Dana still has no idea when he's gonna be fighting next because so far, as far as I understand, Miocic versus Ngannou is supposed to be
March.
yeah, in March, right?
Mhm.
So in March is when they're going to be aiming to have that fight happen. So it doesn't look like Jones is going to be fighting until like next summer if he's going to wait till the winner of that fight, right? So unless he does take a fight at heavyweight like against who? Overeem, Curtis Blades, you know what I mean? Like I don't know who he would fight in the meantime,
Do you think
but
Jones beats Curtis Blades?
just because of his style of fighting, I don't think so. I don't think he beats Curtis Blades. I think Curtis
I don't
Blades
think so
beats Jon
either.
Jones.
Isn't
Yeah,
it crazy to say out loud, like to say like that anybody would beat Jon Jones? Like I
I
don't know.
know.
It's wild to
Yeah,
hear or just
I
hear
can
come
see
out.
that. Just like the wrestling would be too much for Jones, I think.
Somebody made a point too, and I think it was on the show that we did when we went live with Kama. Um, they said Jon Jones has chicken legs, and just one
Oh, he
leg kick.
can't.
He can't take the leg kicks or something like that. I'm like, that's actually a good ass point because you got some little ass legs. You know, saying you're throwing like a 60-pound like leg at that calf. Like I don't know.
Yep,
It's gonna be
yep.
interesting. He may not make the jump, man. He may wait for Izzy to grab that title, and Daddy's home, and we get to see the matchup we're all waiting for, man.
Yep. So, regardless, even if he does wait for Izzy to beat Jan Blachowicz, it's still gonna take like a year from now, probably not a year from now, less than whatever, like 8 months from now or so, until we're gonna see him fight again because that fight needs to happen, and then Izzy needs to take some time off before he's ready to fight Jones again. So, whatever road that Jones takes, it seems like he's going to be away from fighting for a long time. So right now, as far as I understand, he's bulking up, so he's going to want to like gain some strength and I don't know if he's going to gain speed too, but that's kind of what he's planning on doing right now. And these videos on Instagram, he's just lifting weights. So seems like he's ready for heavyweight. And I don't know if he wants to stop all of that to go back to 205. So I guess we're going to have to wait and see.
I can't believe Izzy's moving up, bro. I'm so excited, bro. I just read that before we went live, bro. Like, it's crazy. Yes, are you nervous for Izzy? Are you nervous about that Polish power? Because you spoke on it a little bit.
That's the thing. Like I'm saying, I want I want to say Izzy should win this easily because look at how he beat up Paulo Costa. There's no way Jan's gonna like touch Izzy, right? But then at the same time, like I said, I keep sleeping on this guy. I just keep sleeping on, keep sleeping on, keep sleeping on, and that Polish power is real. So I'm gonna say Izzy wins, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if Jan knocks him out.
I think too. I think because Jan tweeted about it as well. I think he said March. But obviously, I mean, it's. You think they'll double up on that card with Stipe and Ngannou? No, they wouldn't do that. You think?
Maybe, but then Jones would have to be a co-main event, which he's never co-main, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not John. Well, Izzy and Jan.
Oh, sorry, Izzy. I think that also that would be a bad idea because it's like, why? I mean, I don't think it's smart to because Izzy is right now at a point where like he is gonna sell a pay-per-view on his own. He doesn't need to be somebody's co-main event, right? So
Mhm.
I don't see him being put in that card. And if the UFC is gonna do like 2 title fights, it's gonna be one of the lower weight classes with either Izzy or the Ngannou fight, right? So yeah, Izzy's not gonna fight on the same card with Jones, and Izzy wouldn't fight on the same card as Miocic, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I can't, bro. I wish you got my initial reaction. I literally was just frozen. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, it's very very exciting, bro. I hope that goes down. If Habib's coming back, I hope that goes down. This sport is just fucking amazing, bro. I'm sorry if you don't swear on your podcast, bro. Like,
It's all good.
this is the best sport. Like, you don't get this in boxing, you know.
You don't get this in soccer, you don't get it in basketball, because like in basketball, like obviously we have a season, and trust me, I love ball, like I love the playoffs especially, but like during the regular season, you don't get like entertainment like this. In UFC, it's like every week there's new stories breaking. Oh, this has happened. New fight booked, and it's like it's just constantly flowing, and then it gets you hyped all the time. So yeah, there's definitely no sport like it.
Right. And then the other thing too is like when you sit down to actually like enjoy, the spectacle or entertainment, like there aren't like referees like there are in ball. Like you're like, what the hell was that? You know what I'm saying? It's a mano a mano. Nothing, no one to interfere, no bullshit free throws or weird foul calls. It's just you versus you.
It's simple to understand too. Like, yeah, there are some rules, but like when people watch it, they just get it. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
except for maybe jujitsu and stuff, but like for the most part, it's pretty simple to understand.
Yeah, man. I can't believe it's not butter. I'm just kidding. I can't.
It's margarine, man.
Man, yeah, man. I'm really excited about the Israel Adesanya news.
Yeah.
It's true. Truthfully, too, like I think he either spoke on it or his coach spoke on it. I believe it was Izzy. They were even talking about moving up for Stipe, which I feel like that's the perfect heavyweight for him to fight too. Like if he were to make that move, like maybe I'm just like fanboying, because I am a fan of Izzy. Like I'll fully admit that, even though I'm supposed to like keep it non-biased and stuff like that. But like, how
Mm.
could you not? Like I think everyone's a fan of Izzy. You like watching his style. He's an entertaining guy. But I don't know. Am I high? Am I high? And is he like? Do you feel like Stipe, if you were to make the jump to heavyweight, you feel like Stipe is like the perfect like matchup for him to do that?
Mm. Yes, because Stipe isn't like the biggest heavyweight out there. He does have like a slender body, so like if they do grapple, yes, Stipe will have the strength advantage. But like someone like Ngannou was just not the guy that he's not gonna want to face. He's not the biggest heavyweight. He's a little
That'd be
agile,
fucking
so
insane.
like you know what I mean. Like, you were talking about skinny legs, like. Izzy Adesanya's legs are skinny too, and he's skinnier than Jones. So you don't want to get those legs
Skinny
tested
boy.
at heavyweight. Yeah. So yeah, regardless, I do think Stipe would be like the perfect champion for him to face. And I know what's gonna happen. Whether Jones or Adesanya wins, people are gonna pull the old card, like, Stipe is almost 40. Like, of course he's gonna lose. These guys are much younger and blah blah blah. But it's like at the end of the day, he was champion at the time, right? You can't take that away from him because I know people are gonna want to do that once that time comes, or if Stipe does lose to either of those fighters. So um but yeah,
That's true.
bro. This is a funny point to make. I'm black, but I can say this. Just like, bro, they just keep throwing black dudes at Steve, man. It's like next we got DC, got Ngannou, got Jones, we got Adesanya, got Blades waiting. You know what I mean? All these black dudes just coming for his head, man.
Derek Lewis.
Derek Lewis, Overeem.
That's true.
Like all coming from, man. I rate it, man. Fireman, and he's holding the belt. He's holding on.
It's the top of the cream of the crop.
Mm-hmm.
The blacker the
So
berry, the harder they drop. That's what Steve would say.
Steve just knocking black dudes out, bro. He's like, next one, next one, next one. So
Man, yeah, I that was a fucking bomb drop on me of news. But yeah, UFC's lit, man. Especially you got Khabib possibly coming back. Like, I don't know, man.
yeah.
But to touch on the Izzy stuff again too, man. And I apologize because I don't want any dead air and stuff like that in show, but Jan's also a former middleweight. You know, like
Was he? Did he fight at middleweight?
yeah, Jan came in at middleweight. That him and Thiago Santos fought before, and it was at middleweight. Thiago knocked him out. And
Oh,
Jan's an older
really?
guy too. Yeah, Jan's like I think Jan's 40.
Yeah, he's up there in age as well. Like he's not young, I know that. But I didn't know Jan came from middleweight. That's crazy.
I'm gonna check it out actually. Jan, how do you say it? Blachowicz or Blachowicz? How do you say
Blachowicz, but Blachowicz, I've heard that as
Blachowicz?
well.
Right. No, you got it. Blachowicz. I'm looking at it right now. Blach.
Oh no, I think he was a light heavyweight his whole career. I don't see middleweight. There's Anthony Smith came from middleweight, and then he moved up to light heavyweight. But you may be right. Maybe I just haven't found the information on
What do you
Jan.
use?
I'm on Wikipedia.
Okay, I use Sure dog. That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if Sure Dog's gonna give me the weight class. He might just tell me the fight. Let's see.
But regardless, I mean, the fact that Jan has been in the UFC for so long, and then he's been able to have a resurgence in his career, because I think he's won 8 out of his last 9 fights, if I'm not mistaken. So he has one L in between that, but still, like, he's just been on a roll and knocking dudes out. So I don't know what trainer or what magic he found in the gym in order to get back on this win streak, because it was so unexpected. He's kind of like a 50-50 light heavyweight, and then all of a sudden it's just gone on this huge streak. So I'm not saying USADA or anything, but you know what I mean, right? It's kind of crazy.
Wait, you talking about who again?
Somebody,
What you said?
I said, like, I just don't understand how, like, he's gone on this massive win streak, winning 8 out of his last 9 fights by mostly KO, and being 37 years old, like, kind of like being at the end of his career and just starting to knock dudes out. I just like, what the hell happened? Like, did you like get a magic potion? Did you like cast a spell on you? Like, what training are you doing now? Where
Wow,
like all of a
actually,
sudden,
yeah, it's a good point. I'm looking at his Sure Dog right now. It's all like I'm thinking like he had KOs and TKOs throughout his career, but there's a lot of decisions in here, like a lot of them.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just don't understand what training he's done or what he's changed in order to get there. But hey,
That fight
good
was
for
up
him.
at 205, by the way. I apologize.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought that.
But yeah, I think I'll pretty much wrap this up. So we're obviously gonna have Easy on as usual. He's always a guest every month or so. So we like to have him on. We like to hop on his too. So check him out, and I promise you're gonna see our faces there, and you're gonna see his face in ours as well. We're looking forward to the next pay-per-view. I think it's Figueiredo. That's gonna be in the next one. And then next week we have a fight night. It's going to be Thiago Santos versus Glover Teixeira, which is going to be absolutely insane. Somebody's definitely going to sleep in that fight. No one's like, that's not going to be a decision. And then though that person could be next in line for the winner of Adesanya versus Jan Blachowicz. So
Believe it, man.
I'm sure Glover and Santos are super pissed off about hearing that news, but it is what it is. This is the UFC. The fights must continue, and I guess those guys are gonna have to wait until a later date to get their title shots. But Easy, man, thank you for staying up late. Thank you for talking to me. It's been an honor, and I will talk to you soon, man.
For sure, man. Thank you for having me on, and yeah, we'll do this again. We do it every month, like you said.
Sounds good. Later.
See you, dude.
Thanks for listening to the MMA Brothers Podcast. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please give us a follow on our socials. You can check out a description of this episode for more, but don't forget to connect with us on Instagram at MMA Brothers Pod. We'll see you on the next episode.